Hi there everybody, Fotaku here. This is coming as request by one of the viewers from a previous video, thinking on what would be my thoughts on the recently revealed silhouettes. I mean, they've been revealed for about a few weeks now, or at least what people believe to be those silhouettes. So if you're interested, do be sure to check out videos like with Killefficient and Razzle48. They've got some great videos to check out. I'll link them in the comment section below. But instead of going through and dissecting whether or not I believe these are the characters, here are my thoughts on the current silhouette reveals. Or rather, the speculation on what could be those silhouettes. So the thought was that all of them were going off of a pre-existing sprite work, and later they were going to be changed. So a way of teasing them was to go off of older sprites that existed in the games beforehand. So here are my top 10 of the characters I'm most hyped with, from 10 being the lowest and number 1 to being the highest. If there's anybody who didn't make it into this list, it's probably because I'm not fully aware of who they are. I haven't played Central Fiction, and storyline wise I don't know about Mai, and I don't know about the additional character from I believe it's EX Late version of Under Night, so that's why they're not here.
Number 10, Nine the Phantom.
We've had a little bit of an introduction to her from Chrono Phantasma, and in that one, why I want her here more than anything is we need more villains that just kind of set the pace. We have already slightly sadistic leaning people like Carmine and Hazama, and I think it'd be interesting to see what somebody who tends to have a little bit more cunning without being super crazy, and how they play into this. And I think that would be cool. I mean, we already have Hazama. I'd like to see how Phantom of the Nine works with this story-wise, but gameplay-wise, I am a bit lost because I have not played Central Fiction yet, and a lot of that has to do with my concerns about the English dub.
Number 9, Batista.
I'm not as hyped. I kind of wish that we could have had maybe another character over her, especially because of the other characters that we already have in the game, especially filling this role, like kind of like robot or ancient weapon type. So I don't know how that will play into the story without it getting repetitive, but with tuning the other silhouettes, she's interesting, she's cute, but we'll see how that varies between. I want to see how they divide all this to make things stay fresh, but she is also DLC, so I'm not sure what will happen.
Number 8, Akihiko Sanada.
With Akihiko, I am a bit more excited to see how this will go. Like, I actually wanted to see Akihiko versus Yang, so I'm glad that this is happening. Though, once again, this lower end of the list, I do kind of feel maybe we could have had another character outside of just Akihiko. I'm glad that we're getting most of the people from the Persona 4 arena. We weren't really going to be getting characters from Ultimax. But I am glad for more Persona representation, and Akihiko, the two-fist protein junkie, I want to see how he'll play along with this. If we're not going off of story mode, and if we're just basing it more off of gameplay, seeing as how a lot of his things tend to work more with gravity, I definitely want to see how that pull will work when you assist with other characters, like let's say, what's it called, Ruby, if you trip up with speed, or with our next number,
Number 7, Izayoi.
I kind of wish that we could have had maybe Tsubaki instead, but this is cool. We have, or at least the 3 characters that we had together. We had, what's called Noelle, and we had what's called Makoto, so this is cool. Like, and with regards to Akihiko from before, if we have all the teleporting madness that is Izayoi, just imagine if you have gravity in the middle of that and how much you can screw with your opponent if you time that well. That's pretty awesome. Also, it could be broken. I don't know, but here I think it's a good addition because it'll just make the game a bit more wild.
Number 6, Labris.
And we have too many robots, but shoot, like if this was the one thing where I could have said, like, we have like a robot on every series now. Why don't we get Penny? Or I'm pretty sure it'll be Penny colors for somebody. But Labris, I enjoy her. She's really cool. She's quirky. I remember that being like her theme from the story, and having her alongside with the game, I want to see how that plays out, especially because we have Makoto there, so they're kind of voicing the same character. It's the same voice actor. But either way, I want to see if there'll be a nod to it, because like I'm a sucker for little Easter eggs like that, and I definitely want to see how this flows, because I know Igus tends to be a little bit more precise and Labris tends to follow her heart a little bit more, so I definitely want to see how interactions go with like even Ruby in that situation.
Number 5. Yuzuriya Sogetsu.
When I played Under Night for the first time and choosing her character through the story, I was like, she's gonna get along with Yang so well. Like, I could see them both just taking selfies together and at the same time just kind of being like, yeah, let's just test her strength because we can. You know, like, it'd be funny, just like, hey, I'm Yuzu, let's fight. Hey, I'm Yang, let's fight. No, I'm glad she's in the game. About playing with her wise, she can be stiff. She can be very stiff, but I do like how, what's called more reserved she'll come off. Like with Yang, I'm pretty sure she'll just be rushed down. And with Yuzu, it's all about positioning more than anything. Playing the space game and like tripping up your opponent that way. So, but either way, I like her design. She's pretty cool. That's awesome.
Number 4. Naoto Shirogane.
Of course, I will still say Chie is best girl, but Natto in the game, I want to see how her little death curses still play out, because that's what's cool. And I like how we have characters that have their own individual little, like, special bars in between that. It could make things a little bit complicated, but I'm actually excited to see how Natto works. Plus, I loved using Natto as my lower tier main, and I just love like taking down the skulls and see how that pans out. Whether or not DLC will have a place in the story or not, I hope it is. It's episodic. I definitely want to see Natto deduce everything about the keystones before anyone does. Yeah.
Number 3. Mitsuru Kiricho.
I'm excited because I want to see her interaction with like Weiss. I feel that they would have a great moment because I think Weiss would probably like be reminded of Winter. And also we don't have a lot of charge characters. I'm not a fan of charge characters, but this way we do add a little bit more of variety to it, and Mitsuru is awesome. Even hands down, like most of her moves, like it's not so obscene as it was with like someone like Ken, where you just couldn't recover against a good character, but a great Mitsuru is just always fun to fight alongside, and I definitely want to see how we can have some like Ice Queen combinations. Executioner, that'll be cool.
Number 2. Merkava.
I think story-wise it's good because he's actually very intelligent. He's just trapped within the body that he has that's kind of making him feed. And we also just need gameplay-wise. I wanted to see like a monster or something. I was hoping Arakune would be in there because I think Arakune looks closer to a Grim and even a Shadow for them to like confuse the situation. But Merkava is cool. Plus, playing with him is ridiculous. Oh my gosh, he has range. All of the range. And I like the playstyle for him. It's actually pretty interesting, and I like how when we mix up characters that almost seem so obtuse in how they're brought into it. Like, damn, I'm glad that he's speculated to be in the game, and I hope that pans out. I definitely want him in there.
Number 1. Hawkman.
He hurts. He is vicious. I mean, I think he's harder than New. Like, even at like when it comes to boss levels, which one was tougher. But the reason I really want him in the game is I have a lot of friends who love maining Hawkman. And I love fighting against Hawkman with characters I mean, like with Hazama. I think this is really cool because it just wouldn't feel the same, especially when we've got everything from Blazblue in there. Hawkman is a staple, just as much as he is with other characters. He was one of the essential like prior boss characters, and I love him to be there. Story-wise, I don't see anything coming out of it, but definitely competitive-wise, having him in the game, I felt should have been present within the initial 20, if not let alone if all the characters should have just been in there without having to do this whole DLC debacle. But yeah, he's my number 1, even though story-wise or even gameplay-wise, I might not be the biggest fan. I really think that having Hawkman in the game is really important. Or are there any characters that you would like to see in the game, or how do you feel about these current speculation on the silhouettes? And are you excited for some, or you hope that they might turn out to be something different? Please, once again, share your thoughts. Give this video a like, subscribe if you're interested. We've got more of the Blazblue cross-tag fiction on the way. Have a good one, everybody. Peace.